Hello everybody, how are you? I am Fotini. I'm talking to you from Athens, Greece. I am a self-knowledge consultant. I am a high priestess, esoteric astrologer and a writer. And this is tomorrow's chart. We are going to talk about tomorrow's solar eclipse in Aquarius and the beginning, the entrance of the year of the fire horse in the Chinese astrological calendar. And we are going to talk about the energies in particular also and apart from the solar eclipse. So let's start. Here, for those of you that you are not familiar, a solar eclipse is always a new moon. That means that both the sun and the moon are in the same sign. Here, they are both in Aquarius on the 28th degree, 49 minutes. This is the map for Greece. It's around 2 p.m. at Greece time, Eastern European time. And we have also Venus here conjuncting this North Node in Pisces. Venus is on the 8th degree, North Node is on the 9th degree of Pisces, and here we are, the major conjunction, which is 0 degree Neptune in Aries, 0 degree Saturn in Aries. They aren't in exact conjunction. There will be on the 20th, but it doesn't mean that they are not in conjunction. They are. Now, the sun and the moon are in exact square to Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is the ruler of this lunation, is the ruler of Aquarius, and it's now at the last 3 degrees of Taurus, ready to exit next April. He's been on Taurus since 2018 and has been shaping the way we shape relationship and the way we are standing with our resources. The thing that he is in square to both moon and the sun means that the connection between these two are in an intense way. That means that this square must show energies that must be amplified. That means that we have certain beliefs about resources and about connection, about love, that we have to free or let it go, because this is Aquarius, in order for the new to come into our lives. Because Venus and the North Node in Pisces is after the sun and the moon, it means that we are called, because it's the North Node, and the North Node shows always where we are heading, the destiny, means that we have to have a more spiritual perspective about love and resources, and also that we have to, let's use the verb sacrifice, an old way of being in relationship or an old way of using resources in order to embody something new. And this has to do with the mind, as Neptune and Saturn in Aries shows a new way of thinking, because Aries rules the head, and we have to make space in order to apply a new, let's say, software. Okay, imagine that you are changing your software in your computer and you are going and you are upgrade your Windows. This is what is happening within us, and it has to do with the mental plane. Now, the most important thing in this solar eclipse, apart from the fact that it's the first solar eclipse in the axis Aquarius Leo, and when we see eclipses, we have to bear in mind that we are talking about a new cycle that it's opening, that has different cycles within. The first is the next 6 months, then it's the next 3 years, and then it is and the whole cycle is almost 19 years. So you can go back 19 years before, or keep in mind that you are opening a very big cycle. Now, in this particular solar eclipse, it's not about 19 years ahead. It's more important because as we have entered the age of Aquarius by Pluto here in the sign of Aquarius, it has to do not only with a small part of 19 years, but a whole new era that is now being established within our mental plane. And the same mental plane, because it's Aquarius, it's about the way we are thinking. And the way we are thinking is the way we are living and we are creating. Now, what most astrologers, for example, which is who I am, an esoteric astrologer, haven't heard from anyone, and it is not only my intuition, but the work that I'm doing with esoteric astrology, and has to do with this particular solar eclipse, is that in exact the opposite degree, 29-degree Leo, we have the fixed star Regulus. The fixed star Regulus of Archangel Raphael in the constellation of Leo, which is one of the 4 fixed stars that are mentioned in the Apocalypse, but are also the 4 quarters of our year. We have Aldebaran, the ruler of the East, on the 5-5 portal. We have Raphael, the guardian of the South, ruling Leo on the 8-8 portal, which is the Lion's Gate. We have Uriel on the West, which is 11-11 portal, and we have Fomalhaut, which is also my birthday, which is Archangel Gabriel, and it is the Watcher of the North. And these are the 4 fixed stars, the Watcher, as we say, and the most important fixed stars that are corresponded with the four archangels. Now, Regulus, it's on the 29th degree of Leo, exactly opposing this lunation. And Regulus and 8-8 portal is all about the healing that is coming through self-knowledge. This is actually the name of my channel, and maybe that's why this video, and I haven't heard from anybody else talking about it. It's the culmination of a very, very long-standing healing process that it's culminating now for a majority of humanity, for not majority exactly, but for many souls that are coming to this solar eclipse ready to embark in a new timeline, but only because these souls have learned and allow the judgment and the regulation that Regulus is the high karmic board on Sirius. And the karmic board and the regulation, let's say, it's not about judgment, it's about healing. The fifth ray that it's passing through Regulus has to do with healing. It means that the soul have been evolved to a certain degree when is ready to move to the age of Aquarius, to pass the gate to the new timeline. And it's because the soul has already integrated the false narrative. The false narrative that there was something wrong in the vast number of incarnation, when the only, let's say, wrong was the lack of enlightenment, the lack of light, the lack of self-knowledge that actually have created the imbalances. That's why Regulus, okay? The imbalances between the relationship or between the lifetimes. And now the soul is ready to liberate itself, because as you can see, we have Uranus in Taurus, Sun and Moon in Aquarius, and Regulus on Leo. So the only part when we don't have a planet is Scorpio, the other part of the fixed cross. We have here vertex on the 26th degree of Scorpio, which is a sign of the fate of fate, and it shows us that we have the great opportunity to bring an end to the past and start fresh, only because and under the condition that we have integrated the lesson of Regulus. So I want you to go back to the last Lionsgate during 2025, because it was a 9-year, and see and what exactly was happening in your life, because that was probably the last lesson that you had to go through. And for many, that was, as I say many times, the mother wound. They have decided, because now we are in the opposite, you see, we are in Aquarius now, and Aquarius is the universal mother. It's the great spiritual sun in the Alcyon. It's Alcyon in the Pleiadian, and this is the silver ray, the diamond plasma silver ray, that it's the mother ray, the pearl ray, and it shows that as soon as you have decided to leave behind the karmic life that you had through your mother womb, that you had in this incarnation, you are ready to embody a new timeline that you are now co-creating with the universe, with the support of Uranus, but especially with Neptune and Saturn in the 0-degree Aries. You are standing at the threshold, asking and embodying a new contract from downloading it from your Akashic records only and if you have embodied the lesson of Regulus, the lesson of the white lions, the lesson of the Lion's Gate. And this is one of the hardest lessons, because code 188 that you can find in my offerings is the code of purity. Many people believe that purity has to do with the physical body. Purity is the white lions and who rule the mental plane. You have to become totally pure in mind, to be peaceful in your mind, to not create from a wounded place, to create as if you are God yourself. And this is very easy to say, but very hard to embody, because in order to be and come into this pure state, you mustn't have any attachments, but also you have to have 100%, not 99.9%. You have to have 100% total trust and faith in yourself. Otherwise, you cannot create. Imagine God saying, I want a home, I want to create a home, and God doubting himself. This is impossible. So, creation has to do with purity, but it's only embodied and is allowed by the karmic board of Sirius and by the fixed star Regulus and from the white lions to those who have passed the gate, to those who have truly embodied the emerald heart of Regulus. It's the green ray, it's the fifth ray, and it has to do with the owl, it has to do with Greece, it has to do with the ashram that is above Crete. And this ashram is ruled by Raphael, Mother Mary, and Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom, who is on Sirius, on the Sirius board. This, for me, as an esoteric astrologer, is the most important element of this solar eclipse, and I haven't heard that from anybody. And this is because I have stated many times that astrology is an esoteric theme, and it's not ruled only by cycles and by rules that have to do only with the personality, but it speaks to the soul, because the soul has chosen the gates through which entered the physical plane, what we say and we call Earth plane. And for the years to come, the fixed stars will be very, very important, as also are the constellation. That means that the constellation of Aquarius is also very near to the constellation of the Swan. That means that this is the energy of harmony, and the hierarchical ruler of Aquarius is the moon, but not the artificial moon that we see, and it was placed there after the fall of Atlantis, but the silver ray that it's coming from the constellation of the Swan. I believe that the ones who truly have liberated themselves and have undergone a new rebirth, as it was the previous year of 2025, the year of the snake, have undergone a physical and personal metamorphosis, transformation. These are the ones who can now rewrite their wishful thinking scenario, let's say, or contract of life. Up till now, we were in a karmic loop. That's why also the conjunction Venus, the planet Venus and North Node in Pisces, which is an additional indication, and when the moon will reach them the day after the solar eclipse, it will point out to the fact that we are now stepping out of the root chakra, where both Venus and the moon were for almost 3.5 months, and now they are both re-emerging into the sacral chakra, and it is where we are now can plant the seed for our new creation, being free and liberated from all the attachment, judgment, guilt, and shame of the past. I hope that I gave you a good perception of what I believe is very important to keep in mind, of course, along with everything that you have heard, because not everybody is in the same timeline. I would very much appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. You can see the offerings on my community board, or you can have a private session by emailing me, so you can see your own chart from the perspective of esoteric astrology, or you can have one of the codes. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very, very smooth transition into the new timeline. Bye.